So without wasting any much time, what we are looking at right now is the Euro USD. So as I always say, we can never start analyzing the market from smaller time frames without first understanding the bigger picture of the market. So what we have to do is to understand where the market is more likely to go in the near future. So I'm gonna have to scale it up to the weekly time frame. So this is the weekly time frame. Sorry about that. This flu is just killing me, man. So here on the weekly, we can already see what is happening, right? Um, what we have to do right now is to we have to mark our highs, which is that level, which is also our supply zone. And then we also have to mark our lowest low, which is the demand zone. So we've marked our supply level and our demand level, right? So as you can see, this is our playground, right? This is where the market is playing at, right? What we have to do next is to spot our trend. So I can already see that we have our descending structure. So we are on a clear downtrend, right? We are on a clear downtrend. So we have our first touches there, second touches. So we anticipate our third touch right here when the market reaches to these levels, which is our demand zone, our demand level, right? So the market still has to push to the downside. The market still has to push to the downside because I can also see that we had that continuation pattern right there. 1, 2, 3. We had our first touches, second touches, and our third touch right there. We had our clear continuation pattern, which has already been broken, right? The market broke that level. Right? So as we can see, we are on a clear downtrend. So the market has to continue pushing to the downside from this level up until this level, which is our demand zone, which is the lowest level of the market. So if I can scale it down to the daily time frame, just to understand or to scale in more in the market and understand a little bit more what is more what more can I get from the market. How we can go about entering this market. As we can see, we also had that first touch, second touch, third touch, right? We also had that structure which has already been broken, right? First touch, second touch, third touch, right? We had that structure which was our continuation pattern to the downside. So basically this was a pattern within a pattern, because this pattern was also inside of another pattern, right? So there was multiple confirmations to go about entering this market right here. I wish I saw that, but I didn't see it, right? So I can just scale it down to the 4 hours time frame, 4 hours time frame, just to see more on what is actually really happening. So we broke that structure, right? We broke that structure on these levels right here. We broke structure on those levels. I don't know what is happening today. We broke structure on that level, and then we started seeing the market being a little bit choppy right here, because there was no clear, for me there was no clear direction, there was no clear trend but because we saw on the bigger time frame where the market has to go, we stick to our sales, you know. We will be looking for sales only on this market, you know. So we can already see that we had also had an opportunity to enter right here, because we had that bearish pennant right here. We also had that bearish pennant right there, which was supposed to be our perfect entry opportunity, you know. As we move down long, that pattern has been broken. We continued moving to the downside. We continue to form that continuation pattern, of which that continuation pattern we had that first touch, second touch, third touch right there, you know. A third touch will always be our highest probability. Third touch will always be our highest probability to enter. We also had that first touch from the lowest level of the market, second touch, third touch, you know, of which that third touch has been broken. So you can see that the market is indicating that it is not done moving to the downside, because this is a continuation pattern to the downside, you know. If I can just scale it down more to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that the market has been creating opportunities, you know. So after a breakout of that structure, the market continued to give us more of those bearish flag. That this was a bearish flag. This was also a pattern, a nice pattern that the market was indicating that it's gonna continue moving to the downside, you know. We broke that structure, and now what the market is doing right here, I can see that the market is consolidating on these levels, you know. So we have our consolidation right here. The market is consolidating, you know. I'm gonna just wait to see what the market will do from these levels, and then from there I will enter my positions, you know. So we already saw on bigger time frame where the market has to go, right? So here on this Euro USD, I will be looking for sales only, you know, because we already saw on the weekly time frame where the market is more likely to go, you know. We already saw the future trend of this market, right? So the market will just have to continue pushing to the downside, or from this level we can just start seeing the market creating some sort of a continuation pattern, and then continue pushing to the downside until we reach that level, or the market can just push straight to the downside until it reaches this level and then continue pushing to the upside, you know. So when the market reaches these levels right here, I will be looking for a long buy, you know, but for now I'm looking for a long sell, you know. So we're gonna be just swing trading this Euro USD to the downside until these levels right here.